practice every day. The town is full of predator, I'm turning to the prey. I flip $1 million out of nothing, make them feel a certain way. Hoping that the switch.
What's good, y'all? Fisk Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fisk Schooner while you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's ride. Listen, hit that sub button. Hit that sub button, subscribe to this Fisk Unit channel, join this Fisk Unit army, and get Fisk Unit tough. You understand? Hit that bell button so you can be notified when it's time to report for duty and ride on the ops. This week's op, my next target, will be the Dallas Cowboys, okay? So sometime this week, there will be an op support video on the Cowboys. I told y'all from day one, I told y'all whenever that Lloyd Banks came on and those silencer shots went off, and I told you to subscribe to this channel. I told you we was gonna be mobbing. I told you we was gonna take it straight to him, and that's what I'm doing. Last week was Philly, this week is Dallas, which means next week is Cockroach Nation down there in Maryland. Alright, so subscribe to the channel, get your Fisk Unit war materials, and let's get to the business. Okay? With that being said, I love Joe Judge, and I love the fact that this team loves Joe Judge. All I've heard was positive things about the brawl yesterday. That's all I've heard. I want to start with the most positive thing I've heard, and I think he's becoming quickly one of my favorite Giants. I might buy a Logan Ryan jersey. Did y'all hear Logan Ryan's comments about being tired of losing? Did you hear his comments about everybody in this locker room is sick and tired of losing? We sick and tired of it. I felt that. That kind of sounded like one of my older videos earlier in the off season. You know what I'm saying? That honestly sounds like one of my pre-free agency videos. Yeah, that's really what that sounded like. Because prior to free agency, I said I'm sick of losing. I'm tired of this. Sign whoever you got to sign, get it done. But Logan Ryan, you didn't just talk to the locker room, bro. When you made that statement about being tired of losing, you were speaking to the entire New York Football Giants fan base. We're not losers. We're not the freaking Browns. We're not no poverty franchise like the Jaguars or the Detroit Lions, who, by the way, Dan Campbell wants to be Joe Judge so freaking bad. Ain't it funny how a camp fight broke out in Detroit today? I mean, he wanted to be Joe Judge so bad, but whatever. The point I'm trying to make is this. We're not some poverty franchise that never wins. We have won a Super Bowl every decade since the 80s. Let that sink in. Every single decade since the 80s, the Giants have found a way to win a Super Bowl. The 80s, a Super Bowl. The 90s, a Super Bowl. The 2000s, a Super Bowl. 2010s, a Super Bowl. And I expect 2020s to be no different. Giants fans, get your swagger back. Get your toughness back. Get your backbone back. We have no business walking around with our heads down. We're not some pathetic franchise that don't win. We ain't some stupid ass team that can't get right. We're the New York Football Giants. We won a damn Super Bowl in 2011 and we won 9 games. We were 9-7 and beat that ass in the Super Bowl. Ask Tom Brady. He's still thinking about it. So at the end of the day, Giants fans, enough with this defeated mentality of what can go wrong will go wrong. If you don't want to listen to me, listen to Logan Ryan. He's sick and tired of being sick and tired, and this is a year we turn this shit around. You understand? We're the New York Football Giants, and if history repeats itself, which it tends to do, we about to be nice. Bottom line. And speaking of support for Joe Judge, everything I just said, if you a halfway pregnant Giants fan, if you a fake fan, to quote my man Sterling Shepard, those of you who don't like Joe Judge's discipline, you're welcome to leave. If you don't like the stuff that I'm saying about the Giants, if you don't like the attitude that this team is taking during training camp, go root for another team. Go root for the Jets. Take your blue off. Go put your green on. You're not welcome around these parts. It's as simple as that. Moving on. Shout out to Kenny Golladay for not being too hurt right now. Listen, Kenny, I'm going to keep it 150,000 with you. I'm a little concerned because you were hurt all year last year. Was it in his hamstring last year that caused him to miss time? I could be wrong, but I could have sworn he had a hamstring problem last year. So I get a little nervous, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I trust him. He's going to rehab. He's going to work out. He'll be fine. Not going to panic. Hamstring injuries do make me nervous. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to piss on y'all and tell you it's raining. I get nervous with hamstring injuries because look how it affected Daniel Jones last year. The boy Julio Jones had a hamstring injury, missed the whole last half of the season. So, I mean, I don't know. So we just going to keep our fingers crossed and hope Kenny Galladay's okay. That's all we can do. Alright. You know, by the way, I hate to rub this in some Giants fans' faces, especially since I just went on that rant about unity in the fan base. But with Kenny Golladay, how do I word this? Before we found out Kenny Galladay's injury was minor, it was a hamstring pull. Before we found out that it was a minor hamstring injury, all you offensive linemen, you Giants fans who wanted offensive linemen, don't lie to me and tell me you didn't say, thank God we drafted Kadarius Toney. Because if we didn't draft Kadarius Toney and that hamstring injury for Kenny Golladay was serious, we're last year's Giants. It's Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton and Evan Ingram. We're last year's Giants. There's no hope for optimism. So, even though his hamstring injury doesn't seem to be serious, before we found that out and we found out he limped off the practice field, I know I took a deep breath and said, thank God we drafted Toney. I know some of y'all, even the most staunch offensive line drafter, supporter, truther, whatever word you want to attach to it, had to sit back and say, thank God we got Toney. You know, I mean that's really, I'm just being honest with you. This is why I tried to tell y'all going into the draft, Golladay wasn't going to be enough. We needed multiple receivers. You feel me? So, even if the worst had happened, knock on wood for Kenny Golladay, just saying, at least we got Kadarius Toney. We have more firepower than we had last year. And last thing I want to touch on is Joe Looney. Okay, he retired right along with Todd Davis. Alright, Joe Judge out here making yo, my man Joe Judge out here making players retire. Yo, this Giants team is different. We Sparta out this bitch. Okay, you trained to be in the army of the 300 when you joined this team in New Jersey. Okay, it's serious. At this point, Joe Judge is like Beerus and Whis on the planet of the gods, training Goku and Vegeta out there. This training ain't for everybody. You know what? Better yet, this is we're not even gonna talk about that. This reminds me of old Dragon Ball. Remember in Dragon Ball? I'm talking the old Dragon Ball when Goku was a little kid. Okay, remember when him and Krillin first met Master Roshi, and Master Roshi had them boys picking cornfields, swimming laps around the island, walking around delivering milk and shit, doing all kind of hard work, toughening them up before he even taught them how to throw a kick. That's that Joe Judge school of teaching right there. That's Joe Judge style right there. Just making you tough, make you do all kind of things, and just mental manipulation and military mind games and all kind of sophisticated shit that Joe Judge is doing right now. All that matters is going to work, and they buying into it. Alright? And Joe Judge, we trust. It's as simple as that. But that's it for today, man. One of these days I'm gonna drop this Evan Ingram video, because we gotta talk about all this Evan Ingram hype. I gotta speak on it, so you know, one of these days. But that's it, that's all. Subscribe to the unit if you rockin' with me. My name is Fisk Vegas, and I approve this message.